As an extension to the previous explanation regarding name of countries in Arabic, we can take one more step forward, and we're trying to convert a name of country to expression of somebody having affiliation to that country. For instance, let's use a very clear one. Now, let's say we have Misr. Misr, that's a country. Let's say Egypt. Now, to say Egyptian, I am an Egyptian, what you need to do is you need to end the name of the country. You amend it slightly. You end the name of that country by having kasra on the last letter of the original name of the country, followed by a double ya, which have shadda like this. That's how the end, if a man, for instance, this one comes Miss, you put this kasra there, let me use red, you put kasra there, that's Miss Ri, and then you have your ya, it's called ya nisba, so you have Misriyun. So you say Ana Misriyun. For instance, if you are Canadian, this is your Canada in Arabic, Canada. Let's see, you have alif there. If you have an alif, or you spell it with ta marbuta, that's Canada. Now, anytime you have additional letter like this alif or ta marbuta, that will be removed. Then you perform the same. So it becomes now ka na. You put your kesra, just like this one, Kanadi, and ya and yun. Canadiyun. Amerikiyun. The same thing from Britannia. Originally Britannia is written, you can write it Britannia using the ta marbuta or using long alif. Britannia. Either way, you do the same exercise. You remove this ta marbuta, this alif, and you perform the same. Let's do that. So it becomes Britannia. That's your original yeah. You double that now, becomes Britaniyun. Britaniyun. Okay, so that's for male. And that's what's happening here. Britanni or Britaniyun, Ameriki, Hindi from India, Al-Hind. Now, if you have a name such as Al-Hind, which has alif wa lam, again to convert that Indian, you remove the alif wa lam at the beginning. Any name that has alif wa lam to it, attached to it, you remove them. Then you do this exercise. So it becomes, now you have now her, that is your her, hin. Then do this kasra, just as you did here, and then add this one here, which is a double with shadda, Hindiyun. So any name which has ta marbuta or long alif at the end, or has this alif wa lam at the beginning, you remove those. Then you do this exercise. You put the E sound, the last letter of the original name of the country, then add a ya, which is a double ya, meaning ya with shadda, and it becomes now that person has an affiliation to the country. So Egypt becomes an Egyptian, India, an Indian, so Hindi, that's a person, and that's a male. Canada, now Canadiyun. Britannia, Britanni. Ameriki, Ameriki. Hindi. Emirati. That's from Emirate. So Emirate, Emirati. So the person belongs to or has affiliation with UAE, United Arab Emirates. Kuwaiti, from Al-Kuwait, because Al-Kuwait has a alif wa lam. So if I put the Kuwaiti on the board for you, you will see previously we mentioned it's Al-Kuwait, just as you have Al-Iraq. So the same exercise will be carried out to achieve what we call is a relatives adjectives. It's called relative adjectives. The nisba. So you have, let's say, Al-Kuwait. Al-Kuwait. So Al-Kuwait. Here you remove, as has been explained, you remove alif wa lam, and you end up with Kuwait. Kuwait. Now the last letter, which is now is ta, you need to put kasra there and add the ya with shadda. Kuwaitiyun now becomes Kuwaiti. That's a male. Sudani. The original is As-Sudan. As-Sudan. So the last letter is your known. You remove again this, and you end up with that's your known. The last letter puts kasra there and the ya with shadda. Sudani. Qatari, from Qatar. Qatari. Qatari. Bahrani. 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 From Bahrain. Omani. That's Omani. Canadi, Canadian. Australi, Australian. So that's your principle. That's for male. If this female, what is going to happen is, let's go back. If it's female, we're going to use Egyptian, Egypt and Egyptian to demonstrate that. So if I give you the Egypt again, which is Misr. So Misr, that's Egypt. Remember what we did is we add Kesra for male, Kesra, last letter, and then follow with Shadda on the ya. So Iyun is ending, Iyun. So become Misriyun. So we put Misriyun. Egyptian, as a male. If you want to do female, the ending will be Ayatun. So Misriyatun. So you're going to Misriya. You still need to add the ya and this one, Misri Kanadi. So we're going to have Ayatun. So you're going to have a one shadda and then tun. It can be written like that. So Ayatun. So let's apply that. So we have Miss. You still have your kesra, Misri, and then Yatun. Misri Yatun. So three things happening there. You do the kesra, and then this ya will become fatha instead of un. You transfer that into ta marbuta. Misriyatun. So if I say Canada, Canada, how do you convert it? The Canadian for male, you say Kana. Remember, you need your kesra, D, and then yun, Canadiyun. For female, what do? You say Kana, D. You still have your kesra there, Kana, D, and then we have Yatun. Yatun. That's the ending for female, and this is ending for male. Remember, we remove this alif. If you have alif wa lam at the beginning, you remove it as well. If you have ta marbuta at the end, you remove it as well. So That's why you have this a at the end, because in the pronunciation you can say Britani or Britaniyun. You can say Britaniyatun or Britaniyah. Converting that ta marbuta at the end, just like a h sound. Ameriki, Amerikiya. Hindi, Hindiya. Imarati, Imaratiya. Kuwaiti, Kuwaitiya. Saudi, Saudiya. Qatari, Qatariya. Bahrani, Bahraniya. Omani, Omaniya. Canadi, Canadiya. Australi, Australiya. So if I say هل أنت أمريكي, that means are you an American? هل أنت أمريكي? You can say no, أنا كندي, I'm a Canadian. Or if you say هل أنت كندي, say لا أنا أمريكي. هل أنت كندية؟ لا أنا أمريكية. If you ask me هل أنت سوداني, are you Sudanese? Are you Sudanese? لا أنا نيجيري. And if I'm Sudan, I will say أنا سوداني, أنا صومالي, أنا سعودي, and so on. That's the principle of amending the name of the country slightly by adding iyun at the end for male and iyatun for female. If the name of the country has alif wa lam at the beginning, you remove it before you do that. If there's a ta marbuta at the end or long alif, also you remove it before you do the necessary act to convert it to become I have affiliation to that particular country. Now let's extend it a little bit by introducing jinsiyya. What is the meaning of jinsiyya? Jinsiyya means nationality. So jinsiyatun, jinsiyatun, a nationality. And a nationality in Arabic is considered as feminine because we have this ta marbuta, jinsiyya. So when you're describing jinsiyya, it has to be feminine as well. So because the adjective and the noun that it describes must match in gender, among other things. So jinsiyatun. Now, if I want to say I am a British and I'm speaking as a man, I would say Ana Britaniyun, as you know. So Ana Britaniyun. Now remember, we put in the kesra and then we say yun. Ana Britaniyun. A female will say Ana Britani. Britaniyatun. As we've already know. So, Ana Britaniyun, a man speaking, I am British. A woman will say Ana Britaniyatun, I am British. What about if I say, what's your nationality? Because here, a male describing himself as being British. Here, a female is describing herself as being British. Hence, we have the slightly difference between how the woman is speaking, how the man is speaking. The man is saying iyun ending, a woman saying iyatun ending with this ta marbuta. But if I say, what's your nationality? And I will say, jinsiyati jinsiyati, my nationality is. Here I'm not describing myself, I'm describing my nationality. And the nationality is feminine word in Arabic. So that the adjectives also must be feminine. So I say jinsiyati beri ta ni yatun. Jinsiyati Britaniyatun. A man and a woman will say the same thing, because this time they are not describing themselves, they are describing the nationality, and nationality is feminine. Hence, we maintain female or feminine version for both male and female speaking. They are not speaking about themselves in a sense, they are describing their nationality. So, Ana Britaniyun. Jinsiyati Britaniyatun. A female will say Ana Britaniyatun, and also she will say Jinsiyati Britaniyatun. So 3 ways now. So you can say, where are you? Let's say, where are you from? You can say Ana mean Britannia. That's the name of a country. I am from Britain. Oh, are you British? Say, Naam, Ana Britaniyun. What's your nationality? Jinsiyati Britaniyatun. So, Jinsiyati Britaniyatun. That is a subtle difference between when you say, I'm a British, and when you say, my nationality is British. Because here we're describing nationality, but here the individual person describing themselves. A quick read through this again. Britaniyun, Britanniya, Amerikiyun, Amerikiya, Hindiyun, Hindiya, Imarati, Imaratiya, Kuwaiti, Kuwaitiya, Saudi, Saudiya, Qatari, Qatariya, Bahrani, Bahraniya, Omani, Omaniya, Canadi, Canadiya, Australi, Australia. Ma jinsiyatuka, if you are speaking to a man. Ma jinsiyatuki, if you are speaking to a female. Jinsiyati, both of them will answer the same. The jinsiyati, the Britanniya, Britaniyatun, you can say jinsiyati Amerikiyatun, jinsiyati Hindiyatun, jinsiyatu Imaratiyatun, and so on. So, min aina anta, where are you from? Min aina anti, where are you from? You say, ana min America. Ah, anta Amerikiyun? Naam, ana Amerikiyun. If I'm speaking to you and you are a male, a female, and I will say, min aina anti? You say, ana min America. أو من الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. ما شاء الله, أنت أمريكية. You are an American. Say, نعم, أنا أمريكية. And if I'm speaking to you and you are Canadian, and I say, أنت أمريكية? Say, لا, أنا كندية. I'm Canadian. لا 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 لا, أنا كندي. I'm a Canadian. So, use it if I say, هل أنت من البحرين? Are you from Bahrain? Say, لا, أنا قطري. I am Qatari. هل أنت من بريطانيا? Say, نعم, أنا من بريطانيا. Now, if you ask me, say, عمران, من أين أنت? I will say, أنا من Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. أنت نيجيري؟ نعم, أنا نيجيري. طيب يا عمران, هل عندك جنسية نيجيرية؟ نعم, أنا نيجيري. وعندي جنسية نيجيرية. أيضا also أنا بريطاني وعندي ولي جنسية بريطانية. So exercise and speak out and experiment with language. Make sure you watch this video in sequence. Start with lesson 1, 2 and so on, so that you can build it up to the extent where you extending your ability to converse in Arabic, in easy Arabic. Remember, the name of this series is هيا نتكلم العربية. Let's speak Arabic. Go on, speak Arabic for me and subscribe to my channel. مع السلامة، إلى اللقاء، في أمان الله.